My kingdom siblings, Shalom. Welcome to another episode of Proverbs in August. Today we are reading and reviewing Proverbs chapter 28. We are officially on the countdown to the conclusion of Proverbs, and it has been such a joyous ride of learning and applying what Proverbs has been teaching us. Have you subscribed yet, my kingdom siblings? If you haven't yet, might I convince you? Our goal is to spread the gospel. My name is Tanisha, and this specific segment is called Proverbs in August. Our goal for reading the book of Proverbs throughout August is to gain wisdom, knowledge, common sense, integrity, to be reverent to God, to be obedient to God, to be successful in God. I'm grateful to embark on this journey and that many of you have joined this journey with me. So we're learning together, we're growing together, we're winning together, for us to win in Him, not win in the world. Might you consider liking the channel, commenting, subscribing to the channel, as well as we have a children's channel called Kids of the King TV, where we have educational shows, but most importantly, it is faith-based. And so please feel free to take a moment out to subscribe to both channels and to like the videos. We truly appreciate all that you are doing when you tune in, when you like, comment, subscribe, and feel free to check out the rest of the variety of videos that we have on Picasso Entertainment. Proverbs chapter 28. The wicked flee when no one pursues them, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. When a land does wrong, it has many princes. But when the ruler is a man of understanding and knowledge, its stability endures. A poor man who oppresses and exploits the lowly is like a sweeping rain which leaves no food. Those who set aside the law of God and man praise the wicked, but those who keep the law of God and man struggle with them. Evil men do not understand justice, but they who long for and seek the Lord understand it fully. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than he who is crooked and two-faced, though he is rich. He who keeps the law of God and man is a wise and discerning son, but he who is a companion of gluttons humiliates his father and himself. He who increases his wealth by interest and usury, excessive interest, gathers it for him who is gracious to the poor. He who turns his ear away from listening to the law of God and man, even his prayer is repulsive to God. He who leads the upright astray on an evil path will himself fall into his own pit, but the blameless will inherit good. The rich man who is conceited and relies on his wealth instead of God is wise in his own eyes, but the poor man who has understanding, because he relies on God, is able to see through him. When the righteous triumph, there is great glory and celebration. But when the wicked rise to prominence, men hide themselves. He who conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but whoever confesses and turns away from his sins will find compassion and mercy. Blessed and favored by God is the man who fears sin and its consequence at all times. But he who hardens his heart and is determined to sin will fall into disaster. Like a roaring lion and a charging bear is a wicked ruler over a poor people. A leader who is a great oppressor lacks understanding and common sense, and his wickedness shortens his days. But he who hates unjust gain will be blessed and prolong his days. A man who is burdened with the guilt of human blood, murder, will be a fugitive until death. Let no one support him or give him refuge. He who walks blamelessly and uprightly will be kept safe, but he who is crooked, perverse, will suddenly fall. He who cultivates his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless people and frivolous pursuits will have plenty of poverty. A faithful, right-minded man will abound with blessings, but he who hurries to be rich will not go unpunished. To have regard for one person over another and to show favoritism is not good, because for a piece of bread a man will transgress. He who has an evil and envious eye hurries to be rich. The bloodthirsty hate the blameless because of his integrity, but the upright are concerned for his life. A short-sighted fool always loses his temper and displays his anger, but a wise man uses self-control and holds it back. If a ruler pays attention to lies and encourages corruption, all his officials will become wicked. The poor man and the oppressor have this in common. The Lord gives light to the eyes of both. If a king faithfully and truthfully judges the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof, godly instruction, give wisdom, but a child who gets his own way brings shame to his mother. When the wicked are in authority, transgression increases, but the righteous will see the downfall of the wicked. Correct your son, and he will give you comfort. Yes, he will delight your soul. Where there is no division, no revelation of God and his word, the people are unrestrained. But happy and blessed is he who keeps the law of God. A servant will not be corrected by words alone, for though he understands, he will not respond nor pay attention. Do you see a conceited man who speaks quickly, offering his opinions or answering without thinking? There is more hope for a thick-headed fool than for him. He who pampers his slave from childhood will find him to be a son in the end. An angry man stirs up strife, and a hot-tempered and undisciplined man commits many transgressions. A man's pride and sense of self-importance will bring him down, but he who has a humble spirit will obtain honor. Whoever is partner with a thief hates his own life. He hears the curse when swearing an oath to testify, but discloses nothing and commits perjury by omission. The fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in and puts his confidence in the Lord will be exalted and safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but justice for man comes from the Lord. An unjust man is repulsive to the righteous, and he who is upright in the way of the Lord is repulsive to the wicked. Amen. To Abba be all the glory. And does not know that poverty will come upon him. He who appropriately reprimands a wise man will afterward find more favor than he who flatters with the tongue. He who robs his father or his mother and says, "This is no sin," is not only a thief, but also the companion of a man who destroys. An arrogant and greedy man stirs up strife, but he who trusts in the Lord will be blessed and prosper. He who trusts confidently in his own heart is a dull, thick-headed fool, but he who walks in skillful and godly wisdom will be rescued. He who gives to the poor will never want, but he who shuts his eyes from their need will have many curses. When the wicked rise to power, men hide themselves, but when the wicked perish, the consistently righteous increase and become great. Proverbs chapter 29. He who hardens his neck and refuses instruction after being often reproved, corrected, and criticized will suddenly be broken beyond repair. When the righteous are in authority and become great, The people rejoice, but when the wicked man rules, the people groan and sigh. A man who loves skillful and godly wisdom makes his father joyful, but he who associates with prostitutes wastes his wealth. The king stabilizes the land by justice, but a man who takes bribes overthrows it. A man who flatters his neighbor with smooth words intending to do harm is spreading a net for his own feet. By his wicked plan, an evil man is trapped, but the righteous man sings and rejoices, for his plan brings good things to him. The righteous man cares for the rights of the poor, but the wicked man has no interest in such knowledge. Scoffers set a city afire by stirring up trouble, but wise men turn away anger and restore order with their good judgment. If a wise man has a controversy with a foolish and arrogant man, the foolish man ignores logic and fairness and only rages or laughs, and there is no peace, rest, and agreement. How can we be successful in our walk with Abba? It starts off with being a good farmer. Good farming skills versus bad farming skills. A good farmer is one who has the ability to problem solve. His strengths is adaptability, and he's able to maintain his crops, his field. He has strong technical skills. He has environmental awareness. He has technical literacy to use modern farming tools, and he's able to stay informed about advancements. This good farmer has a knowledge to manage and care for and grow his crops and livestock successfully. He is patient. He's consistent. He takes his time. He knows what soil is good and what soil is bad. So he's careful to plant his seeds in good soil. Before even planting the seeds in soil, he's able to observe the soil. He picks up the soil with his hands and he observes to see, does the soil retain water well? Is the soil able to grow the seed? Can the seed flourish in the soil? Not only is the good farmer able to operate machinery, but he's even able to repair various farm equipments. He knows which equipment uses diesel, which uses regular gas, which uses electric. He knows how and how much water that is used to maintain the land in order for the land to be rich in harvest. He has the ability to problem solve. He identifies and he resolves issues, such as early disease detection in crops before they become major problems. He has the capability to adjust to changing weathers or the market and environmental conditions. This good farmer effectively plans and manages time-sensitive tasks, especially during busy planting seasons and harvesting seasons. This farmer is very articulate. He understands the needs of the farm. He is kind. He is caring. And a good farmer is not one that is quick to make money, so he will not be using chemicals to enhance the growth of his crops. He is honest, so he will be using organic materials to ensure that everyone that he does business with and everyone that receives these crops will be overall well. They are getting great, amazing, the best quality. This good farmer comes up with new ideas to improve farm practices. Overall, a good farmer is submissive. A good farmer is obedient. A good farmer ensures that his steps are calculated. They are good. They are approved. A good farmer doesn't sleep the day away, but a good farmer rises early to ensure that all his tasks are completed in a timely manner, and a good farmer goes to sleep in a good timing to ensure that he has enough rest to be able to take care of the next day's tasks. A good farmer doesn't delay when it comes to planting season, nor does he delay when it comes to harvesting season. A good planter keeps his life in order just as well as he keeps the land in order. You can tell a good farmer by his mannerisms. You can tell a good farmer by the way he conducts his life and his business. You can tell a good farmer by his passion to do the right thing. A good farmer, one who cares for his land, which is his body, and cares for who is surrounding his land, who he allows to come around his land. So he's going to be careful of the people that he allows around him, and that is going to be like-minded, good farmers that he would allow in his life. As to be careful as to not poison or taint his land. When you enter a country, there are certain things that you're able to bring with you and certain things that you are not able to bring with you, because certain things that you bring into the country that are new, are different from other parts of the world, can play a part in the destruction of the agriculture. It is very important. Part of the border security's role is to make sure that when suitcases are going through the scanning system, they want to make sure that everything is clean, everything is up to code, and that it is not something foreign that could potentially destroy the agriculture. This is why it is important for us to be very careful and selective who we allow as good farmers of our own life, who we allow near our land, because we do not want to allow foreign things, as our goal is to be fully surrendered to Abba, fully obedient to Abba, walking in integrity, walking in wisdom, walking in love, being successful in Abba. We cannot allow bad character, bad lifestyle, because the Bible says that bad company ruins, destroys, disrupts good character, good morals. Also, being careful of how you eat, being careful of what you watch, being careful of what you say. We have to be careful. We cannot act like the world and serve God at the same time. It doesn't work. Our land, as we are farmers, is our temples, our body. Are we good farmers? Do we plant good seeds in our lives? Are we intentional about the choices that we make? As to be careful of not offending or hurting our Abba Father? Do we rise early with the intention of doing the work of God, the things of God? And do we fall asleep early to get enough rest to be able to take care of the next day's tasks? Do we water our lives with the Word of God? And do we maintain and sustain it with prayer and worship? Are we kind and loving to everyone? And are we giving to others without strings attached? Do we give something without expecting anything in return? And if we do give and they say that they will give back, do we add interest? Because we feel like we're owed interest. Are we mirroring the ultimate greatest farmer there is? Farming can be either two ways, good or bad. A bad farmer or bad farming skills and practices are farmers who deal with excessive chemical use. This can lead to disease in the soil and soil degradation. Neglecting the conditions of the land, poor irrigation, using outdated equipment, lack of attention to detail. All of these components sum up bad farming skills. Using bad farming machinery can lead to accidents or chemical exposures or falls. A poor farmer refuses to research soil health. When you fail to understand the soil health, it limitates your plants. And so you're not able to be attentive to the specific needs of your plants in your land. A poor farmer or a bad farmer only relies on profit margins rather than the health and the wealth of his land and of others. They don't care whether their crops can invite diseases because they're planting it in large different areas, the same crop. They don't care about pest infestations, and they're quite fine with using heavy pesticides as a way to, or a more affordable way to get those pests away, which then can cause harmful bacteria in the crops that they give and sell to others. They don't have proper water management, and they neglect to maintain the canal that is used to irrigate the water. And this neglecting can lead to wastewater and crop failure. This bad farmer doesn't observe the soil before planting the seed. They plant whatever seeds they want. They're not careful to observe the kind of crops they're growing. They just do anything. And they sow whatever they feel like sowing on the day. They water when they want to water. They do what they want to do. They are not consistent. They are not intentional. And it is these things that can lead to a bad harvest. They're easily bribed. They can allow anyone to come in to their land. Yes, I'll be friends with anyone, everyone. I will consume anything. I will allow anything to come into my land so that it can be consumed. It won't do anything to the land. Very prideful, very arrogant, not believing that it won't destroy the agriculture, and not having a care for the things of Abba means that you don't care for yourself. You're not going to care for anyone else, and that is poor farming skills. Not taking care of what Abba gave you, because in your mind you believe you can do this forever. In your mind you believe that you'll always be healthy, you'll always be good, and there's a consequence to not taking care of the land that Abba blessed you with. Are we bad farmers of our lives? Are we just kind of going with the flow and doing what it is that pleases us in the time? Well, I don't feel like doing this. Well, I don't want to keep my word. Well, I don't want to help you, even though I can, because why should I? What's in it for me? All of these qualities lead to bad farming skills, which lead to a bad harvest. And we have no one to blame but ourselves. Abba has given us the tools in order for us to be successful farmers of our lives. How we utilize those tools is primarily up to us, as God gives us the freedom to live how we want. There is a reward for those who live according to the will of God, and there's a reward for those who live according to the will of the flesh. We have to choose which one. I love you, Kingdom siblings, but most importantly, Abba loves you. If you have yet to surrender to Abba, try considering 90 days. Your life will never be the same. Let's read our Bible. Let's be consistent. Let's be good farmers and have good farming skills, so that when our harvest comes, it will be worth it. Until the next video, Kingdom siblings, Shalom.